I have been stewing about this one a little bit, but here goes. So last night, I'm not sure what happened. I went from very positive, which you know if you watched my last video, to just totally overwhelmed. Just like that, nothing in my life to provoke it. And suddenly, I lost it. I mean, honestly, I had a meltdown. And suddenly I'm going, I can't do this. I did some ugly crying and I just was a basket case, really. But of course, as always happens, I got over it. And then I got to thinking, you know, people think that I have everything all together. Other than these videos where Spirit has encouraged me to share my vulnerabilities so that other people will be comfortable with letting theirs be known too. But people think really that I have my shit together and that I can handle anything, that I'm wise and strong and courageous and smart and whatever. Well, they would have been very surprised to see I was just a totally drained, lost blob of a woman last night. And of course, what people see is the mask that I present. Who wants to be around an ugly, crying, emotional wreck? You know, so when I am around people, I put on a mask that I'm competent and have it all together. It's quite a contrast to what people think I was to what I was last night. I just laid down in bed and bawled for a while. And so that's what prompted me to do this video about masks. I think pretty much everyone has masks. You know, we try to interpret sometimes what people want us to be, and there goes that mask on, so that we fit with the expectations of this group of people. It may be a different mask for that group. And then there are some masks we have on with ourselves. I don't need anybody. I'm an independent, strong, capable woman who enjoys her own company. I can handle anything that comes my way. Sometimes I have to look things up. Sometimes I have to push my body way past what it seems to want to do, and I pay for it for a few days. But you know, I don't need your help. Thank you for offering, but I'm fine. I don't need your help. I've been taking care of myself for a long time, and I'll be fine. Really, I will. I'll be fine. Thank you for caring, though. I'll be good. Okay? Apparently, this is a mask that I wear. And I'm not even aware that I'm wearing it. That's a lot of wear in there. I've been told that I project, that I don't need people. And the irony is, that's not the case. You know, I go through my years wondering, why don't I have friends? Apparently, my mask says, oh no, I don't need friends. I'm a social creature just like you are. This is a mask that isn't serving me, and I don't even remember when I first put this mask on. I'm not aware that this is what I'm projecting. It's bringing about a result that I don't like, because I want to have friends. I want to have companionship. And yet, this mask that somehow I donned probably decades ago is telling people to stay away. At some point, I decided I didn't want to look weak. I didn't want to look like I was a woman that couldn't handle things on my own. And on came the mask. I wanted to take it off, but it's kind of hard to take it off when you don't know you're wearing it in the first place. That's the thing about masks. There comes a point we don't even want to wear the mask, but it's become such a habit, it's hard to lose. And sometimes we forget who we are because we've been wearing masks for so long. We've lost whoever that is, you know? We've become the mask. So this is what I'm putting out there. Oh no, I don't need any help. Oh no, I'm fine. Don't trouble yourself to come keep me company. Oh no, I don't want you to put yourself out and go out of your way to go with me to the movie or to dinner. I'm used to being alone. I'll be fine. Really, I will. I guess we'll call this the loner mask. But it's one I'd like to rip off and not be wearing anymore. This is something I have to figure out. Why I erected this wall that says stay away or stay out in the first place. So that I can feel safe without it. This stuff ain't easy, is it? So there we go with the loner mask. I'll be back. Of course I believe in magic. I'm confident. I am secure. I know I can make anything happen with my powers of manifestation. All you have to do is believe. Believe in magic, believe in miracles, maybe believe in fairy tales, believe in yourself. Anything is possible. Guys, this is a good mask for sure. And I put it on when I'm out in social settings or in large groups of people to hide the fact that I'm actually pretty shy. I get very uncomfortable around strangers. I'm so afraid I'm going to do the wrong thing. And when I get nervous, I talk a lot. So people think, wow, look at her. She just says what she thinks and she doesn't even hesitate to be who she really is. The problem is, this isn't who she really is. Who she really is the one wondering if she's going to walk out of the bathroom with toilet paper on her shoe or her dress tucked up into her waistband. Who she really is someone who's so afraid she's going to do the wrong thing in front of a bunch of people and embarrass the hell out of herself. Who she really is that geeky, gawky kid who always got picked last on the PE teams, who was left out of party invitations, who never felt like she fit in. Now, luckily, since she's older now, she doesn't care so much about fitting in with everyone else because she knows it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be different, but put her in a social setting where she doesn't know anyone or very many people. Put her in a large crowd, and she has to put on this mask because she's scared to death. Masks can come in handy. They get us through awkward or trying situations. And I'm glad I can put this one on, but I don't get to just wave my magic wand and feel comfortable. We have masks to put on when we need them. And in social settings, I come across as talkative and confident. And most people never figure out that I'm talking because I am so uncomfortable. And people may think that I'm ballsy, that I don't worry about editing what I'm saying, but actually, because I'm so uncomfortable, I have diarrhea of the mouth and it just starts flowing. I can kick myself about it for days later. It is a reaction to being uncomfortable that people don't understand. It's a crutch. Masks can come in handy. What would come in more handy is if I would figure out that it's okay to just admit to people that I'm a little nervous or I'm a little bit shy and that I don't usually talk this much, that I'm not really this confident. Sometimes we put on masks to make other people feel better because we know that how we're really feeling inside is not something they want to hear. Sometimes masks get us through. It's unfortunate we have to do this. It's unfortunate we can't just say how we're really feeling. It's unfortunate that we're judged if we're a little bit shy. But it is our reality, you know? We can choose to put on the mask to make other people more comfortable, or we can choose to say how we're really feeling and see people walk away shaking their head like, what's with that broad? Or we can just stay at home. And for me, eventually I figured out it was safer just to stay at home. It's too bad there isn't some happy medium in there. Such is life. So this would be the confident, magical creature mask, I guess. Cousin it Addams Family? I wanted to show the goofball mask, but I can't think of anything to say that's funny at the moment. So I went the corny prop. What can I say? It took the cheat. I will just say that one of my biggest and most effective masks is my sense of humor. I'm not a naturally funny person, and yet most people would probably say I'm pretty witty. It's because I've learned I can deflect too much insight into what I'm really feeling if I come up with a clever quip. Is that the right word? I think so. I learned how to use humor when I first knew I had something very wrong with me, but didn't know I had a tumor in my head. And by the time I was in the hospital for my first brain surgery, I had it down pat. I had the nurses laughing and marveling at how I could be cracking jokes when I was about to go in and have a saw through my skull. You know, it's how I learned how to cope, because if I just gave into my fear or my anger that I had to deal with this intruder in my head that was messing with everything in my life, I was afraid I couldn't come back from it. So I started using humor as a defense, really, to keep people from seeing what I was really feeling. To most people, I'm just a very funny person now. Most people don't know when I'm cracking jokes, it's because there's something much more serious going on in my head that I don't want them to know. And I think a lot of people use humor. We do what we have to do to avoid judgment. I think really that's why we have masks with other people. It's either to fit in. Well, it's still judgment though, isn't it? We want to fit in. We don't want to be judged to be a misfit. We wear masks because we don't want to be judged and found lacking. We put on a whole different persona to cope with our fear of being judged. You know, in a perfect world, it wouldn't have to be that way. But it's not a perfect world. We all know that. So we all have our little masks that we wear. And so if you have someone in your life and you think they're not being real with you, think about the masks you might have. Can you say you don't adjust your behavior in certain circumstances? I think it would be the rare person that could say that. And you know, I suppose maybe if we're very lucky, we find a person that we eventually learn to trust enough to drop the masks and just be who we really are, because we know we'll be accepted, warts and all. You know, it sounds nice. I haven't really experienced it, but it sounds really nice. But aside from that ideal, says the lady who apparently believes in fairy tales, most of us are afraid to be who we really are. And I don't think that we can judge others for being the same way. It's hard to share our vulnerabilities, you know. It's hard for me in real life. On this channel, I'm doing what Spirit asked me to do. I share my vulnerabilities here so that you out there will know I managed it and I survived it. I didn't die of embarrassment. And you still like me, maybe, even though I showed that I have difficult emotions, that I do dumb stuff, that I mess up, that I care too much, that I don't care enough about myself. I mean, I've shared a large variety in the videos on this channel so far, and I'm still standing. I didn't crumple. I didn't shatter into a million pieces when I shared with you how I was real And that's why I do this. I want you to know it's okay for you to do the same thing. And the people that don't like it probably shouldn't be in your life anyway. That's my thinking anyway. So that's enough of the masks. It is going on 1 in the morning, and I should be getting tired. Just know that while I do encourage people to be authentic on this channel, I too have masks that aren't showing who I really am in certain circumstances, and I totally get that you would too. It's okay. We cope the best way we can. Again, in that perfect world, no one would judge anyone else, and everyone could just say what they thought, share how they felt, without anyone blinking an eye or giving a rip. But it's not a perfect world. It's okay to be vulnerable. And it's okay to wear masks when you just can't bear to share that you're feeling vulnerable. If you made it this far, I thank you for watching. If you would care to comment about masks you found yourself presenting to other people, I'd love to read your comments. I'm grateful for everybody that comes by, and I'm going to sign off now. Take care.